Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Escaping Normality. This is almost the 20th episode. I think it might be 19th or something like that. I don't remember. But YOLO, what's good, bro?
Hey, how are you?
How's it going today?
Not too bad.
So you came to me yesterday. Well, I came to you, and then you came to me back. Wanted to talk about London's Fashion Week. Tell me how it was.
Yeah.
Let me know about it.
Yeah, it was really exhausting. Um, and yeah, this season was really different. Um, so yeah, there's a lot to talk about that's kind of changed. Like lots of the shows have gone and yeah, it was just a different atmosphere. But
A lot of the shows have gone.
yeah, like
Why would that be?
they're like the main people like Craig Green, A Cold Wall, who else? Like Fashion East. Liam Hodges, they've all gone. Kiko Konstantinov.
Mm-hmm.
They've all gone to like Paris and Milan now. Um, yeah, so we didn't have their show in London for this season.
Dude, that sucks. What shows did you have then?
There were still like pretty good ones, like Charles Jeffrey, Xander Zoo, um, Art School.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else was there? What's his name?
I don't know.
Oh God, I've just gone blank. He's like a sick designer. I've got his like totes right here somewhere as well.
Well, if anything, we can come back to that.
I'll probably remember in a bit when we're going through them all and stuff.
Did you have a squadron with you during Fashion Week, of course?
Yeah, like the whole, well, not the whole, but like a lot of the high fashion talk guys like came with me. So I had like Harrison, Luca, Callum, Kofi
Shout out to them, yeah. That's kind of cool. Like you
to
have your,
like hang out with them.
you have, huh?
It was pretty good to like hang out with them at Fashion Week.
It's cool. You have like your own subsidiaries to bring with you.
Yeah,
People are bringing their friends. You're bringing your fucking community.
yeah.
That's fucking dope. Did you get to
Mm.
go into any shows?
Yeah, like lots of shows. Um, like some of them I just slept through, which was really bad.
Wait,
Um,
you slept through?
yeah, I was so tired. Like literally, I was counting my like steps for Fashion Week. Usually, I do like something weak, like 1,000 if I'm like working at home, 7,000 if I'm like having a busy day. I did like 20,000 steps like every day of Fashion Week. It was intense.
Honestly, London must be tiny because I do 20,000 steps every time I go to the city.
What?
Yeah, I'm dead ass. I do like 20,000 steps every time I go to the city, let alone actually go like Fashion Week. It was like 35,000 every single day.
Yeah, but you've got short legs. That's the thing.
Okay, my legs are not that short. Your legs are probably the same
Nah, bro.
length as my.
Like for every like one step I do, you have to take like three.
Okay. Let's get back on topic here. Before I have to go off about how ridiculous that is. Did
Anyway,
you see anything cool?
yeah, I got to go like backstage at some of the shows. Bumped into like loads of cool people. Um, yeah. Oh, also I took one of the brands I'm working with, Fraser Burt,
Mm-hmm.
with me to kind of like network and stuff.
Right.
Introduced him to the footballer. Oh God, what's his name? Hector Bellerin. So that was cool. Yeah, we went to the party at the Standard. I think you have a Standard in
Oh,
New York, right?
you were telling me about that before either last episode or a couple episodes ago. When was the last time you were on? I think we were talking about the standard.
Was it?
I
I
said,
think
huh?
they have the like the sick Craig Green um gowns, like dressing gowns or robes. Yeah, yeah,
At the
yeah.
standard.
Yeah, the Standard like it's their like special thing.
Yeah, remember we were on about this. I remember specifically because I was like, "Oh, that's fucking dope. You get to decide and whatnot."
Yeah, yeah. And we went up in that red lift there in that photo.
Yeah,
It was mad.
I would be freaking
It's
out.
like, I should probably send you the video.
Yeah, you should have done that. I'm not good with heights, so that's what freaked me out. But that's still dope.
give me a minute though. It was like so cool. Like the hotel was it was crazy, and like the whole roof as well was like a terrace, so you went out there to like chill and stuff from the party.
Right, right. Yeah,
It was it
I
was pretty sick.
I haven't been to any cool shows like that. Like like where the actual location was cool. Like the party might have been cool, but I haven't been to any events where the location was just fucking dope as shit. You know. Unfortunately for me, you got to fucking go on the red lift on the side of a goddamn building. But
Yeah,
should that be is that what people should be doing at Fashion Week, linking up with people and whatnot? Is that the goal, so
yeah.
to speak?
I don't know. It's just, like obviously the goal is to like see the clothes and show new collections and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, like it's definitely a good opportunity to like see people. People like lots of the people I see are like people who I kind of know from Instagram that I follow or they follow me and stuff.
Right.
Um, but you never actually met them, and then you kind of like see them and like talk to them for the first time, or like for the like you only see them like twice a year at Fashion Week.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's a part of it I really like. And it's just like there's a like really cool, hardworking people around. And, like it's not even like everybody's an influencer. These are just like stylists, like
Right, right.
photographers, um, like designers, even or like, models. Yeah, it's just like when the whole like fashion community comes together. So yeah, it's good.
You were invited to shows, correct?
I was invited. Yeah, yeah.
So how would one go about getting invited to these shows?
Yeah. Basically, you just kind of there's a list on the website for the like Fashion Week. There's a different website for London, Paris, and Milan.
Mm-hmm.
And they give you like an email address to send, and you basically got to like kind of justify why you would be at a show.
Right.
So whether you're like working at a magazine or you're a photographer or you're related to the designer or sometimes they even like allow like fashion students and stuff.
That one
Depends on the size
that
of the
one
show.
seems weird. Not the if you're related to the designer. If you're related to the designer, wouldn't the designer just bring
I mean,
you?
yeah, like but like some people like have some sort of like tenuous link to the designer,
How so?
like not necessarily like related, but they're like friends with them or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
You just still have to like email whatever.
hey, man, can you get me into the show? No, no, sorry, I can't do that. You have to go to the website. That would suck. I'm because a dickhead. I'm like, oh, jeez.
I mean, the designer doesn't like have time, especially like the designer doesn't even do the tickets anyway.
Nah,
Like
yeah, exactly. No, I know.
it's actually jokes. Like one of the shows I actually ended up going to it, um, but the brand like follows me on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
follows HFT Group on Instagram, and like always like reposts our content, likes our stuff and stuff.
Right.
And their PR like decided not to invite us and say they were too full. I was like,
Oh,
what the fuck? Like, are you mad? Like,
the
are
fuck?
you? So yeah, but in the end, I managed to convince them that I was meant to be there, and then the designer like actually reposted the content again.
Right.
It was so jokes.
Were you able to bring people with you too, or were they like, nah, you can come, but you gotta leave those other niggas behind?
For that one, it was just too awkward to bring like the whole entourage.
Right, right,
Um,
right.
but yeah, that was like a presentation as well. So they were like usually with shows, if like you've got friends with tickets and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they'll let you like let extra people go to standing, as long as the like kind of person with a ticket is vouching for them.
Right. That makes sense.
Um, so like they don't get a seat, like, but they just get to stand around the side and stuff, which is you still get to see the show. The show only lasts like
I feel like
10
I feel like
minutes.
it might be better to stand.
To be honest, for like it's better to stand sometimes than second and third row.
Yeah, I don't know if that sounds like a good idea. Doesn't sound so bad actually. You can stand.
Yeah, to be honest, even when I get like a second or third row seat, I'll stand up just to get better photos and stuff.
Right, exactly. What,
So yeah,
did you get a bunch of photos? Where are these photos?
yeah. I'm like slowly posting them on like Instagram and stuff, but like there's so much.
Yeah.
And like once Fashion Week is over, they're kind of like nobody wants to see them anymore. It's kind of sad.
Mm.
Um,
Why don't you have a HOT website and just put them all there?
yeah, I mean I could do. Um, I'm probably gonna put them on a Facebook page to be honest.
That
I
I
found
mean,
like a new way to drip feed stuff on there, so
mm.
yeah, gonna do that.
But you could also do a thing where you could have so in other words you can put the like on our website you can be like, oh, this is London Fashion Week, 2020, and then you
Yeah,
can have different sections for you can have a section for London, section for
mm,
Milan, and then different years under them, and then depending on whoever you know in those different spots, they could take pictures for you even.
true,
And then
true.
you have this whole plethora of pictures that aren't given to any
Yeah,
websites that are just dependent, just completely on your website.
I don't know who bothers looking at websites anymore, really. Like, do you really specifically go to like Hypebeast to check what's new?
Yeah, I do.
Do you like regularly though? Like,
Um,
I
I
don't know.
maybe not regularly, but I mean, it's not that hard. You could just tell people to go check the website. People, you
Yeah,
could,
but who actually follows links? Like, it's the
I don't know, but you could tell people to check up a lot of things, and they'll go check it if they're interested enough.
mm, I just don't think people would be interested enough, to be honest.
You don't think people would be interested enough to with Fashion Week pictures?
I don't know, unless you tell them like what's actually interesting in the photos. There's
Are
like
you
thousands of Fashion Week
are
photos.
you interested in going or seeing pictures rather?
To be honest, not really. I haven't checked any like street style stuff out because I'm just so bored by it.
If you're not interested, then why would you upload the pictures at all? You could just keep them to yourself, for yourself.
I mean, yeah, they just need to be like editorialized to actually show people like something interesting. Like if it's on social media, it just comes up on your feed and it sorts out like the algorithm shows you only the ones you want to see. That's what's like so good about social media.
Okay, but you're uploading them at all because the belief is that people want to see it. If you don't even want to see it, then what the hell do other people want to see it for?
I mean, I want to see it like certain ones, but not like all of them in one place, like in a slideshow or whatever.
Okay, so then how? So you could do. So why don't you So we talking. So I said you could put them in different sections. You could put different sections of pictures. So when you upload the picture, you could put different tags on them so they go to different sections. Even if you want to see a like jacket specifically, right? You can click the jacket section, and it's just all photos of jackets from any fashion week. Or you can change the parameters of the pictures. You know what I'm trying to say? You could find a
I
way.
guess, but that sounds like way too much hard work. There's like tag walk and stuff for that already do that 10 times better anyway.
Yeah, I suppose. But it just seems weird to me that you would say that you don't really would look at it.
I mean, like just browsing it at like I'm just like a lot of the content that is chosen is so bad.
Mm.
It's- yeah,
But not your content.
no, my content is like A1 class.
So who are the people that are choosing this bad content?
I don't know. There's like the street style. So like when street style photography started, they were like people that were into fashion that also took photos. So they
Hmm.
kind of knew what was like good fashion, good style kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and like that was a time before you could get clout for being into fashion, that kind of thing.
Right.
Before like even Instagram, it was like blogs and stuff. And you'd have like the sartorialist, you'd have like Tommy Ton, you'd have Adam Katzindings,
Hmm.
and like all these like sick photographers that know their shit about fashion
Right.
and have like a point of view and style. But then obviously because they got kind of like famous and stuff off it, other people try to copy it, but
But
they're generally people who pick up a camera, have no idea about fashion, just want some clout.
you're right. Right. So are you gonna out
Um,
these people? Do you know names? Are you gonna say?
I don't even bother learning their names to be honest,
Hmm.
but like all the street style articles I've seen this season have been that case.
Uh,
They literally go for the like most basic thing. Like they want to get like likes on Instagram.
it's funny
Um,
because I know what you're talking about. I've seen some pictures of like fits during Fashion Week, and I was like, why did you take a picture of this? Like,
yeah, literally.
it seems
They
like
like
really bizarre.
all they go for is like bright colors,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or like big logos, or like customs, or like influencers and celebrities, and yeah. Also, like, have you realized like they always only take photos of skinny people?
That is also very true. Yeah, I don't see any
Like, I was
big
at Fashion
people.
Week and there were like good people, like people dressed really well,
Hmm.
like interesting outfits, but they weren't like skinny
Right.
and like they're not in any of the street style. It's so jokes. And then like there's people not even at Fashion Week; they're just hanging around the streets and they get street style. It's so dumb.
Could you
That
imagine
guy was a dick as well. The
this
the
guy?
guy, no, the one
Oh,
before
this guy?
that guy. Yeah,
Why was he a
he
dick?
he is like at some of the presentations, just like pushing in front and like I don't know, just not being like
Are you pushing
polite.
physically?
Yeah,
Should have pushed
like
his skull in, nigga. What do you mean he's pushing you?
I mean, like just like pushing you out the way, sort of thing, and standing in front of you and shit like that.
Yo, don't let no
I,
nigga push you, bro.
but yeah,
I know you British guys don't get down with the get down, but if someone tries to push you again, get the fuck up off me.
lol.
I'm giving you some of that New York attitude. That
But no,
happened.
that's the problem. Like you don't that it's a like a professional event. Like Fashion Week is meant to be like for fashion professionals.
Yeah.
So you're meant to act professional, not like push in front of people or like be unprofessional.
Right.
Basically, you're meant
But
to
if
be
this
like polite. As if you were like in an office or something. Like that's the way to behave.
okay,
Really.
but if this motherfucker was being unprofessional first, then you're allowed to be like, "Hey, man, don't push me." I'm not saying
Nah.
knock his ass out. I mean, just be like, "Yo, excuse you, you push me, and I don't want to be pushed. You try to push
Lol.
me again, and I'm gonna push you into oblivion. You don't try me." Nah,
Okay,
that
sure.
happens all the fucking time trying to get into fashion events in general. Not even at Fashion Week. I've been to but a bunch of fashion events where niggas will try to cut you and push you or do whatever, and I'm like, bro, don't try it. Like, just don't. Like, because I'm gonna have to beat you up, and you're not gonna like it, and it's just gonna cause a whole commotion. So if we could just cut the middleman out and you not cut me, that would be great.
Mm.
I went to this. I remember specifically a bunch of these dudes tried to cut me, and I was like, bro, like, and then I didn't even say anything to them because they were talking, so I just walked in front of them, and then one of them looked at me, and I was like, what, nigga? Like, you gonna say I cut you? That shit happens all the fucking time, especially with sneaker releases. When I used to be like
Oh
super
yeah,
into sneaker,
sneaker releases is like another thing though.
holy shit, that's true. It's a whole other thing. But people, one dude would stay online. He would call over like 16 friends that just decided to come late, and they would just all cut you. That is ridiculous. Okay, enough about this fucking cutting guy. Enough about this fucking cutting guy. Make sure he doesn't cut you again.
Lol.
What was I? What were we on about before this fucking cutting, dude?
Yeah, like street style and stuff.
Right.
Like
What?
even like some of the like iconic people who do street style and stuff,
Mhm.
they didn't bother this season because like it's like they're being kind of abused because loads of people like do brand deals and say, "Oh, if I get street style, you pay me like this much money like to the brand and stuff for
Yeah.
wearing their shit."
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, where's the photographers cut in that? It's just so rude.
What's it called? Do you think Instagram is a problem for people trying to take pictures? I mean, not people trying to take pictures. What am I trying to say? These people that don't know street style that are trying to take pictures. Do you think Instagram's like the reason for that?
Yeah, it's a big part of it. Like everybody wants like Instagram likes and stuff. They want the photo to get the most likes, whether it's like a good photo or good fashion or not. So yeah, that's kind of replaced the like actual
Yeah, but is
parts.
okay, but is that Instagram's fault?
I mean, no, it's human nature, but the point is that the decision of what a good photo is put in the wrong hands, and the
Right.
hands that have like no idea and aren't like qualified really to decide what is good.
I mean, we gotta start with the people because I mean, fuck Instagram. It's gonna be like that forever. Instagram's just a tool.
I mean, yeah, but like before it would be like fashion editors, or like you'd have like people who were qualified and like experts to make the decision on what a good like outfit is, or what good style is. Now it's just outsourced to like the masses to decide in
Right,
terms of
right.
clicks, and most often the likes are like based on not good fashion, but like how bait it is, or how like I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but see, wouldn't a website eliminate that though? Because you people would have to go to your website if they're really into fashion. If they don't really care, they're not going to your fucking website because they can't get any likes off that. If they don't like it or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Can't like a
Yeah.
website. A website would eliminate that problem. You got a niche market. Go to this website. I want to see pictures of London Fashion Week. I want to see all outfits entailed that this photographer yellow decided to take pictures of. Whatever he thought was nice, whatever, someone who's really into fashion. Let me go to this website. If I go to
Mm.
Instagram, that's just for likes and whatnot. If I don't really care, I'm not going to your website. If I care, I'm going to
Mm.
your website. Now you got a community of people on your website who truly care, and that kind of cuts out the it not obviously not completely, but it'll cut out a little bit of people who go there just to take pictures for that clout because you're not presenting that clout out there at all.
Mm.
Picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll never change because like it's gone too far with like
Mm,
social media and stuff
yeah,
now.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's not gonna change anymore. But actually, I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I used to say it won't change, but I don't know. I think it could change. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. I'll be honest.
really,
I don't. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not even
mm.
saying it's good, but it's not as bad as it used to be. I don't think. Like maybe I'm just not scrolling through Instagram as much as I used to. But as I
Yeah,
scroll, excuse me, I don't see it as like I said, as bad as I used to.
yeah, I guess. I
Ex-
think people in general are spending less time on Instagram now, anyway.
that's true. I know, like I noticed that a lot of my engagement's been down. Not that I really care, but just in general, which just tells me that people aren't really on it like that.
Mm.
And some other people that I don't care to mention were complaining that their engagement was down, and I was like, dude, you're a grown man. What do you care? Like for one, like you're a grown ass man. You should not be complaining to me about your Instagram likes. Which is
Yeah,
which telling me that most people just aren't on Instagram anymore. They're probably on something else.
I reckon like Twitter is kind of like popping off right now.
For fashion though?
For high fashion, it is
No,
like because
where? Oh, come on, man. I'm on Twitter all the time. I see nothing related to high fashion. Except for you.
literally just follow the people I follow. Like, there's people like actually having like good discussions and stuff about high fashion.
For the record, you didn't follow me back, so
Ooh,
yeah,
my bad.
yeah.
I get so many notifications. I'm just gone lost.
I only follow Twitter for like memes and shit. Like Twitter has the funniest niggas on the planet. I don't follow Twitter for fashion. There's no other outlet as good as Instagram for finding fashion right now. I don't think. You
Yeah,
you
I
know
don't
any
know.
others? Yeah, exactly. There's no others really. Like you can see it in certain pockets of other
Mm.
websites, but for the most part, fashion is like one of the big things on Instagram, even if it's terrible. Like Fashion Nova, for example, I hate to call it fashion, but it is, and that's one of those just huge things on Instagram. Like the biggest things on Instagram, what are they? Probably maybe like sports, maybe I don't know, animals. Fashion is one of those big things on there. You can't say the same for any other website, really.
Yeah, I guess like yeah, I don't know. There's more fashion on it than anywhere else, but like it's not very high quality. A lot of it.
Well, where do you find the high quality? Most of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I literally don't know.
Exactly. There's no real way to.
It's less. It's probably like the good quality stuff is there, but it's so drowned out with lots of other shit. I
Also,
guess.
this outfit is really bad. Um, yeah, like I mean, you're not gonna really find it. You're never gonna find too much good of anything on the internet. You're just not. It's just not.
I guess
It's
not.
just not
No.
gonna happen. You're always gonna find terrible shit, especially when it comes to clothing. Holy hell!
Mm,
If you just go to hashtag street style or anything like that, it's just the worst type of shit ever, and
yeah.
that's just not gonna change. You just gotta know. You just gotta know your friends who are really cool and really good at dressing nice and whatnot.
Hmm.
And find a nice community. Join our Discord. It's gonna be linked in the description. I had to throw that in there. Join the Discord. No, but so describe your first fashion week. How did you get there? And were you invited to any shows, or were you just dicking around, like just running around trying to find somewhere to go?
Um, I wouldn't go to Fashion Week without being invited to anything, to be honest. So like, yeah,
Hmm.
I was invited. The first one was like probably like 5 years ago. Um, I I was friends on Facebook with the designers of Cottweiler,
Mm-hmm.
and they just like literally made a Facebook event for their show,
Uh-huh.
uh, which was a presentation.
What the
Um,
fuck is this?
and yeah, that you could like pop in anytime within like the 3 hour period.
Right.
Um, so I went down for that, and also there was an exhibition at this time with Lou Stoppard, and she was doing like a collection of like um, how the male youth has influenced fashion and stuff. So I really
Uh-huh.
want to see that. So yeah, I did like a little day trip. Went to see the exhibition in the morning. Then went to the presentation. I think that's all I did that day. Um, but yeah, it was a good day.
You
Took my
did.
camera and stuff.
Yeah, but
And yeah,
you didn't try to like get yourself into any other shows.
I didn't even know like you could just like finesse your way into shows. Like this was the days before even people talked about Fashion Week. Like really,
You didn't
like
know.
no, like the only thing you saw from Fashion Week back then was like the street style photos just posted.
Okay,
Um,
okay, but even if you
and
didn't know, you could
like
still go and try your best. Like you would be like, oh, I want to see what's going on here. Like you could just try to finesse your way. You don't have to follow the internet to know that.
I mean, I didn't know where the shows would be even. Like
Okay,
the like this presentation was like in the middle of nowhere.
right.
Um, and yeah, like I didn't know how to get there, and like I literally got an Uber there, was looking for it for half an hour before actually finding it. 'I'd like literally only been to London like with my parents for like holidays and gone to like touristic places before.
Five
Um,
years ago,
yeah,
dude, you were 24. What?
no, I was like 22, but yeah,
You said 4 years ago.
it's London's far, you know. It's like 4 hours away from me.
Still, I
Like,
guess, but like, what
and
the
like
hell's what's
even if I did go by myself, I wouldn't go to that kind of area either.
what's there to do around where you live that you shouldn't go? Take the trip to London every few months, even.
I mean, I was working and shit,
Working where?
and at the time I was working in like an office and stuff.
Office. You can't take a day off of the office. You work 24/7 at that office.
I mean, you just yeah, I did go to London, but just not to like random places
Mm.
like in London. It's like, oh, you've never been to like I don't know, like Far Rockaway when you've been to New York. Like, yeah, I wouldn't go there like unless you had a reason to go there.
I suppose. Yeah, I suppose. I guess. I'm just saying.
Um, but yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
I was like, they invited me and like put me on the list and stuff, and I went, and then I kind of like, it was actually like crazy. Like I just went to this one like presentation
Uh huh.
and saw like loads of people who I kind of like knew about and like I was following and stuff, and like
Right.
do you know like Mark Goring from 032C?
Matt Goring? No, I don't.
Oh, he's the like fashion director of, you know, 032C, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's the fashion director of that.
Oh,
Basically, he's like really sick. He looks kind of like German, like shaved head,
right.
loads of chains, tattoos, and always like crazy like Balenciaga style. I remember like even his outfit. He was wearing like these crazy Faith Connection, or I don't know. You meant to say it in the French way, Faith Connexion. Um, he was wearing their trousers, and they were like covered in like laces and stuff. Like you know how the Rick stuff is covered in
Yeah, yeah,
laces.
yeah.
It was like that, but 5 years ago, and it was a bit more punky than Rick, to be honest.
Mm.
He was wearing that and like a vest or something. I can't. No, it was a shearling jacket, and the shearling jacket was sick as
That's
well.
wild that you remember that.
Yeah, I remember like outfits I really like really well.
I
I
don't.
like literally remembered like the entire like framing of it as if it was a photo.
I don't remember any. I can that's really good actually that you could do that because I don't. I don't remember any cool. I don't remember any cool outfits that I see usually when I'm walking around Fashion Week or even outside of Fashion Week going to fashion events. I really can't.
I mean, this was like to me like seeing my like icon or seeing
That
like
okay? Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. Okay.
it was as if you'd have seen like ASAP Rocky. You would have remember what he was
Oh man, I
wearing.
don't like ASAP Rocky that much.
I mean, okay, whatever. Like whoever like your icon is. But yeah, I was like gassed to actually see him, and then like I literally like um bumped into like Lou Stoppard
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, like loads of these like really cool people who I'd kind of like vaguely known from social media, but like you know when you've like seen somebody like all the time on social media, but they like don't really like exist to you.
Yeah, it is a
And
little bit
then
weird.
you see them in person, it's like, oh my god.
Were you fanboying?
Like inside, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I went to. It is weird when you see, even if you're not like one of those people who are like crazy and trying to take pictures all the time, like a fanboy, like right. It is weird to see people that you just normally see online all the time in person. All of a sudden, like you're just
Exactly,
there.
yeah.
I went to. I don't know. I don't know if you know this is. There's a rapper called Young Bands. I recently went to this house the other day, and it was just weird. Like you know, what I mean? It's just weird. Like oh, this is a person. Like I'm at his house right now, like playing Naruto.
Yeah. Lol. It's so funny because like if you don't really care for the person, it's like it's chill. But if
Yeah.
you like actually like proper follow them and stuff, it's crazy.
Yeah, I listen to
But
that
yeah,
music, niggas music all the time, and it was just like, oh shit, it's crazy. When I went
and
to,
then like
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
after that show, I went to Machine A, and like back then, Machine A was like pretty new.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a look around, and like in there was like it was the owner of the shop, Stavros Karelis, was there. So was like at the time, I think the co-buyer, who's also a stylist, Anna Trebelian. She styled like loads of stuff, but mainly, do you know the Work music video by Rihanna?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She styled that.
Oh, really?
She was just in the shop.
That's a big gig.
And then Ella Draw was there, who's like a big PR person in
Mm-hmm.
London. She used to, at the time, like used to rep ASAP Rocky. So she was like literally that night gonna show ASAP Rocky around and stuff and like look after him.
That's pretty cool.
Um, yeah, and then
And that was back in the
there's
day when ASAP Rocky wasn't even that big either.
yeah. It
So,
was crazy.
did you
And
try
then
to did you try to network with any of these people? Like, hey, can I
I
get some?
was like really scared. Like I was just like starstruck.
Yeah, I can
But it was
imagine.
really funny. Like I was wearing grey joggers, right? They were actually Cotweiler. I'd worn Cotweiler to go to the Cotweiler show, which was jokes. And then yeah, so I was wearing grey joggers, and you know what happens with grey joggers. Um, and then the Anna
What is the
Trevelyan,
what is the implication here?
as if you don't know what happened
Okay,
to
but
Grey
like,
Jones.
why would that happen?
Well, wait.
Okay,
What do you
okay.
mean? Why would that
Yeah, why would that happen? What were you doing? What were you looking at?
happen? It wasn't like it was just like it wasn't like fully like it was just there. Like
Oh wait, babe, you have to wait. No, no, no. You can't just brush past that. What were you looking at? Were you looking at some hot chick or something?
no, it wasn't like active. It was just
What are you
like
trying to say? You're hung like a horse? What do you mean?
I mean that wouldn't be a lie. But yeah, Anna Trevelyan, who's that stylist, she
Oh
posted
man,
like a meme about it, like when a guy wears grey joggers,
you're
like
lying.
literally, like a bit later.
You're
It was so
lying.
true.
You should have been like, you should be like, hey, what's good with you? Yeah, how you doing? Like, you should be like,
It
she just, oh, you see something? You see something you like? You see something you like? Word?
it was true.
I'll tell you. You're like, oh, you see something you like? Let's go hang out, me and you. That's
It
bad
was
funny.
hilarious.
What the fuck would you
Um,
wear why would you wear joggers at all? Let alone like to an event.
in 2005, that was like fashion forward. Like
You mean
this was
2000
before
you
like
mean
streetwear and
2015?
stuff. So like wearing like a tracksuit was like the most like subversive thing you could ever
Yeah.
do.
Wait, what
Like everybody
2000
else was in like
why are you talking about 2005?
5 years ago. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, 2015, whatever.
Right. I was like, what the
Um,
hell?
but yeah,
I
it
see it.
was like
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah, that's true. Joggers were happening back then. Not so much now, of course.
it
Kind of.
was kind of like before they were happening, to be honest.
No. 2015 is when they were happening. 2015, 16, and then
Well,
yeah, like 2015, 16 is when joggers were cool. I was wearing joggers in 2015 and 16.
I mean, like everybody was wearing joggers all the time, but like
No, but
as a fashion thing,
yeah, that's what I meant. It's a fashion thing.
I don't know. No, this was like it
If
might have
it
been 2004, to
if
be
it was
honest.
14, then I can see. Yeah, that's like fashion
2014.
forward. Yeah, I can see that.
It was like I think like Gosha had shown like one collection or something,
Right.
and that kind of like style, kind of like only like really cool people were like wearing it. Um, before it was like rinsed.
This show,
Like
this.
this was before like Vetements
Mm,
even
yeah.
hit.
I mean, I think didn't their first collection come out in? Oh, I don't want to say because if I get it wrong, people are gonna eat me up.
I don't know. I think people who focus on like the years and details like that, like, are stupid. Like, the
That's
most
true.
important thing about fashion is like that you know
That you know.
the context of what happened,
Right.
like the why it's important, not like what year it is or like a number.
That's funny. My video that's about to come out in at the time of recording this in 10 minutes is about Vetements.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mad.
I talked about the McDonald's show.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, because it was interesting to me, and I never got around to talking about it rather.
Peak.
What? Puke?
Peak.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what the hell are you trying to puke for? You don't like McDonald's or
What?
some shit? I want a fucking fashion show. That'd be crazy if there's fashion shows in like Wendy's or some shit, and if you're hungry at the fashion show, you can order some food. That'd be fucking dope. I'd be like, hey, let me get a baconator.
Whoa.
Be a large.
Get what?
A baconator.
What the hell is a baconator?
You want to see? I don't. I was about to type in McDonald's. This is what it is. It's fucking delicious.
That looks terrible.
You look fucking terrible. Bro, that shit is so good. Like, that shit is so good. That shit is crack. I haven't had one in a minute, though, but I want one. But wouldn't that be cool? You're at a fashion show. I don't think you...
Is that Burger Square?
Yeah. When he
That
says...
is,
When he says
what?
square burgers.
That's kind of grim.
Why is that grim? The fuck is the difference? It's square.
Lol. It just looks weird. It's like, nah.
I will say it is weird that they made them square, but they're square. You know,
Well,
I forgot that they were square for the longest time until you just brought it up now. And now I'm looking at it, it looks weirder now. Like, why is it square? I don't know. Oh, look, there's a video right here. Why burger patties is square. I'm gonna watch that after. Yo, there you are.
lol.
I had this saved just to go back to it. What are you
Is that your
wearing?
wallpaper?
Yeah, it is.
I'm wearing a coat that I borrowed from Bertold.
From
It's like
who?
fully like PVC. It's sick.
Wait, who'd you borrow that from?
Bertold.
Who the fuck is that?
It's like a London designer I work for.
Yeah, okay, okay. I'm
They're
a.
pretty sick.
I kind of want to. I want to incorporate this picture in my thumbnail, but I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for that.
You should be fine.
I'll be fine. Yeah, okay. I should be fine. All right. Well, if you take, I'll take your word for it. It's a picture of you. So if anything, you have to back me up. You understand that, right?
But yeah, it was funny. Like, I think that time, like, Magnus just like creeped up behind me and yeah, it got me shook.
Are you guys cool like that? Will you guys creep
Yeah,
up on each other?
I guess so.
Creeping up
No,
on
we're cool.
niggas, yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
It was the first time I talked to Sanjeev though.
Mm. Yeah, I haven't got around to speaking to either of these guys. I got to Did you see that guy Icy Cough at all?
I didn't see him. No. Apparently,
He's from
one.
London, right? I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
I think one of the mods, like, I don't know, sat next to him once or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think at all. I don't think he really does Fashion Week. I don't think he'd be invited, really.
Mm. You don't think he would be invited?
No.
Why would he not be invited as opposed to Magnus? Like they both do fashion YouTube stuff.
I mean, there's a difference in the cringe level.
Mm. That is true, but yeah, I guess you're right. I don't
I
really.
don't know how New York is, but like London is like still like pretty snobbish. Like they allow quite a bit of influences now, but they're still like pretty snobbish about it.
No, New York's pretty snobbish. If you're not down with the flow, like they don't invite you. If you're just some kid, they don't invite you. If you're just some kid, they don't let you in. You have to have
Mm.
a certain je ne sais quoi. You know, you just gotta look cool, be cool, relax.
You say je ne sais quoi. Oh my god,
Yeah. I mean,
that's
like
jokes.
some people just don't like. Some people just don't get into shows, and they just look they look juvenile in a way. Like in certain outfits,
Mm.
if you're not wearing certain type of outfit, they probably won't let you in.
Mm.
Like if you're wearing too much of street stuff, but don't go
Mm-hmm.
all out in the street stuff, like some guys like Bloody O does, then
Mm.
you won't really get in. But yeah, like if you know what I mean, you can't go too little into streetwear style, which is weird. But
Mm.
if you go crazy with it, like I said, like Bloody O, then they
Mm.
invite you.
Yeah.
And I don't see. I know. Well, let me not. I don't know many. I know some influences from New York, and I don't ever see them. I never see them.
Mm.
Never see them.
Who do you think the biggest like influencer from London is now?
I don't know. Magnus has got to be up there.
Yeah, because I was thinking like it's probably Magnus, because like
Probably. No. No. You're forgetting. What's his name? What's that kid's name? Young kid. Well, he's probably not that young anymore, but a younger guy. Gully guy, Leo. Oh, Jesus
oh
Christ.
yeah, yeah,
Let's get this
but
shit out of
that's
me.
like very street style. Well, Magnus is kind of at least kind of
I don't know, not
streetwear.
anymore. Like he used to be strictly in the street style, but I don't know if that's so much a problem anymore. Like for him.
Yeah, I only saw him at one show. Oh, that was jokes. Yeah, at one of the shows, Paria Fazena, I was like sitting behind Leo, Gully Guy Leo,
Right.
Um, and yeah, he was sat there, and he was wearing like a tracksuit,
Mm-hmm.
and his wallet dropped out, and I didn't like see it until he like walked away. So I
Right.
like got his wallet and like ran after him.
Oh,
It
that
was
was
cute.
nice. Did he give you
Yeah.
Did he give you a nice hug after that?
No, but he was. I think he was kind of shocked that it was so nice.
Why would he be shocked?
I don't know. There's kind of like low key like animosity between like me and a lot of people that he knows. So
Why is that?
yeah.
What people do you guys mutually know that there's animosity between?
I mean, it's a whole kind of like streetwear versus high fashion thing.
Mm.
Um,
Is there still animosity because of the other group? You know, group I'm talking about. The group that's not even around anymore.
yeah, like to some extent that as well.
You know that that group isn't around anymore, right? We're
Have
not
they deleted the group completely?
we're not name dropping them, but you guys know what we're talking about. Yeah, they're not there. They're not on Instagram. They're not on Facebook. They're gone.
I know that Instagram went. I don't know what happened to that. Somebody told me. Well, one of the people involved told somebody that told me that um, that they'd deleted it for like they like took it down just for clout to get people talking.
Mm. Well, nah, I
But
don't, that sounds like a dumb
yeah,
reason.
it didn't come back after. So
That doesn't make any sense. Uh,
I reckon they probably sold it to somebody. You know.
yeah, but it's not the page isn't there. How could they sell it? It's not existent anymore. It's just not
I mean,
around.
you can sell an Instagram account and just like change the name, and nobody would know.
Yeah, but you would still be followed to it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know. Like,
No, no, no. Okay, but there's no random page that just popped up that I'm following now that I just didn't remember following that has a bunch of followers. That didn't happen. I think it's just gone. He told me that I can't remember that well because I didn't care enough to remember, but that someone had hacked him or something, which
uh,
and or there was some legal I don't know. I don't know. It's not there. I and
yeah.
the he you know who I mean by
Hmm.
he unfollowed me the other day, which was weird
Well,
cuz he knows Delos and I'm cool with Delos, so I was like, and I was hanging out with some other people during Fashion Week, and I didn't know if I was gonna link up with him, but it was a possibility,
mm.
and we were just cool or whatever, and then all of a sudden the other day he unfollowed me, and I'm thinking maybe he's friends with the Chanel bag guy, maybe
Yeah,
they're friends,
that would
right?
make
That's what I think, right?
yeah, probably. I don't know.
And I don't think it's too in my head to think that he put two and two together because if you look up that nigga's name, my name is right there too. Like the video is the one of the things that pops up with his name.
Well,
We ain't name dropping no one. No one getting name dropped in this fucking video. If you don't know who we're talking about, I will put a picture up of the podcast to go watch right now. Actually, I'll just fucking nah, cause if I don't put it up right now, then I have to go through then I have to watch this entire thing and edit it in. So we're just gonna type that in. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, there it is. Go watch this if you haven't, by the way. If you don't know what we're
well,
talking about, you can go watch this and get the whole scoop. But yeah. How did we get the
yeah.
fashion? I almost said it. How did we
I
get
don't know.
to? I don't know. Okay,
What was your first fashion week anyway?
my first fashion week was 2017. The first event that I got, well, yeah, it was the first event. You know what? I didn't even think about that, but it was true. I didn't go until I got invited to a show, and by that, but that's also probably because by that time I was like actually into fashion as opposed to just liking some streetwear clothes. And I got invited to the Jerome Jamal. If you don't know what that is, that's Bloody Osiris's brand with his brother. I got invited to that show, and Daniel
The
Green.
show for bandanas.
No, 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 it wasn't a show. My mistake. It was more of a pop up that I got invited to, which is sounds weird to say, but it'll make more sense if I explain it.
Mm.
It was a pop up, but more of an event. So like there was a DJ and there was like nice pieces and there were guests
Okay.
that would show up throughout the entirety of the pop up.
Yeah.
and my friend Daniel Green's tour was doing it with them, and with his brand Insane Cult. So he invited me,
Mhm.
and when I went, it was kind of like it was pretty cool. It was a kind of an all day thing, right? I didn't stay there the entirety of the day. I left a little bit. I copped some things, wanted to show some love. I left. I came back, and like everyone had pulled up. It was ridiculous. Everyone. It was um like Lucas Sabat pulled up at some point later in the night.
Mm.
This guy Ass Pizza. I'm not really a fan of him, but he's like just a name that pulled up. Like there was a bunch of people that had just pulled up. I think Current Frost came at some point too. And like I
Mhm.
said, it was like kind of an all day thing where it was just people hanging out and stuff. And that was the first thing I really got invited to. That was dope, and
Mhm.
it was cool for me to be out there and meet different people. And and even when I was there, I got to see some. I didn't. I brought one friend with me, who was
Mm.
like just gonna take really pictures. Really, he's not super into fashion. He likes some clothes, but he's not super into fashion. Brought someone
Mm.
with me. He was gonna take pictures, and I found and I my friends happened to pull up as well,
Mm.
and I was just cool with them. And it's funny because I took a video of the event, and in the video, there are pictures. There are like my friends that I have made after that, like people who I wasn't cool with at the time, that I later became cool with, are in that fucking video, which is just funny to me. I look back and there's a couple of my friends that I now made. Um, and and after I went to an after party, and one of the people I was with got me in, and I cannot remember the after party at all. I can't remember. So that was my first like day at Fashion Week, and then subsequently, I didn't get invited to anything else. Unfortunately, that was the only thing I got invited to. So
Mm.
after that, I was just going. I was mainly just hanging out in the city in Soho, shopping with my
Mm.
friends, and talking to different people that were dressing nice. That was it, really.
Mhm.
Wait, in your first Fashion Week, you went to that event, right? Did you
Yeah.
did you hang out the rest of the Fashion Week at all, even though you didn't get invited, like I did, or did you just say, no, that was it, I'm going home now?
I literally just went for one day,
Mm.
which was, to be honest, out of 3 days, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, I spent like the morning at the like exhibition,
Mhm.
fashion, like kind of like more an art exhibition type thing, and then yeah, after the show, I went to Machine A to just kind of shop. Um, but yeah, I didn't really go to anything other fashion week kind of
Question:
things.
why was it only 3 days?
That's how much men's fashion week is here.
Mm.
We
Really?
have separate men's and women's though. That's the
Okay,
thing.
that makes. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. I get you. I get you. I would love for I was in Atlanta the other day. That's why I went to Young Van's house, and they have no type of fashion thing at all, which is weird because you wouldn't think of it, but there's a lot of fashion going on in Atlanta. Forget
Mm,
all the rappers and stuff. There's a bunch of people that are there that are just super into it. Like my friend, he sells archive pieces and whatnot, and he has
mm,
a bunch of people buying from him all the time. He has a store out there, and you would be surprised on how many people actually care about that out there. And they
mm,
have no type of like. I understand that maybe not a fashion week because who the hell wants to show their clothes in Atlanta? No one fucking goes to
mm,
that. But there's no anything,
mm.
nothing. You know what? You know what place has a fashion kind of week type event thing? New Zealand.
New Zealand. Oh.
Yeah, my friend was a while back. I was talking to my friend. New Zealand has a little event. I mean, it's not that crazy or anything. Obviously, New Zealand. Who the fuck cares? But still, it's
Mm.
something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Miami has a fashion week even.
Really?
Yeah, but it's for like swimsuits and stuff. It's
Uh,
like not a good fashion week.
That
It's
would
just
that
like
would make more sense actually, if it was just like yeah, yeah. Oh, you were right. Oh, would you look at that? It's kind of like it looks like it's swimwear here. It looks like swimwear. Okay, you were right. It is like swimwear.
mm. I think LA has one as well. But
It's
Miami used to actually be quite big. Like when I started getting into fashion, it was covered along with like New York and stuff.
well, I think this type of traditional fashion, like this kind of stuff, is more what people used to see back in the day before street style kind of popped up.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
so I think this
Mm,
is that was what allowed this to be more popular back in the day.
hmm.
But now it's more so kids on Instagram going to different events and shit.
Yeah,
And I'm not going to this event, and other people like me aren't going to this event. So that's why it's not as big anymore. I don't
yeah,
think.
exactly.
I didn't even know this is a thing.
Mm.
Yeah, see, yeah, I know this is a thing. Is swimwear a subsidiary to like fashion? Would you think?
Yeah,
I
I
mean, I
mean,
mean, I mean, obviously they call it Fashion Week, but I mean, swimwear.
back in that day, like people like would buy like specific brand swimwear to go to like be on their yachts and stuff.
Back in their day, meaning when?
Probably like 10 years ago. No, more like 14 years ago.
Hmm. Do you know anyone with a yacht?
No, or they
Hmm.
haven't told me if they do have a yacht.
Why doesn't why doesn't Magnus show you any love? Like yo, come with me and let's do this shit. Let's court somewhere. Let's take some pictures, some shit.
Um, I don't know. I've never asked him to be honest, but
Well, I mean, I wouldn't think for you to ask. It's a little
yeah,
classless to ask.
yeah.
But
Um,
you can't, you don't think he can throw you a bone? This is me talking, by the way, Magnus. If you're listening, this is me talking, not him. You think he can
I
throw
mean,
you a bone or nothing like that?
he's in high fashion talk.
I do know that. I remember he responded to one of my posts or something.
Yeah, and he's like fairly active and he's nice in that sense. I think he's commented on my Instagram post a few times as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm saying, couldn't
I
you
would.
guys collaborate on something more than just an Instagram post? Like,
Yeah, I mean, he's like there. Has been like, I think we're doing something kind of soonish,
hmm.
but also like as a publication, like I did ask him for like an interview once, but it totally makes sense that he would want to hold like exclusive interview rights for like a bigger publication.
Well, why is that?
I mean, because he's bigger. Like I don't know, it has to be a fair exchange, to be honest.
I mean, what? I mean, if you find specifics to ask him about, that would be unique to your publication. Would it not be
Mm.
all right for him to go to another thing after that?
I mean, it just wouldn't be like as enticing for that publication then.
I suppose, and I like Magnus. Don't get me wrong. And of course, I'm
Mm.
playing devil's advocate rather for this little shtick I'm doing. But it just seems like, you know, it just seems like he can help you out a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I'm sure he would do he whatever he could do if I asked him.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but the thing is, if you have to ask, then people feel back into a wall if you ask them, and you would never ask. I don't think, at
uh,
least.
I don't know. If like if I have a good proposition for him,
Mm.
then I would ask. But there's no point doing it like kind of fake. So
Tell him to come on the show.
get roasted by you.
Yeah, of course. I spare no questions for anybody that's on this show at all.
Well,
I remember Ramzoid was on this show. I gotta bring him back. He was cool. He's like a music fashion dude, but he's in the fat not music fashion dude. He's a music YouTube dude, but he's in the fashion. And I tell him that he should do more like he should do some fashion stuff. Even if he makes a secondary channel, like it would be cool. But my requests have gone blank, of course. Maybe that's just his market. I don't really know. I don't really know his whole steez.
maybe.
Do you think? Oh, okay. So I made a video a little while ago saying that this is what I think is gonna come in the new year of the new decade of fashion, do you think there's gonna be anything specific, anything new? What do you think is the next big thing, or multiple next big things? What are we gonna see?
To be honest, like especially after this fashion week, this whole like tailoring and like hashtag menswear thing is going to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of scary because like the same as like how streetwear gets corny after a bit, that gets corny when like people just I don't know, it gets boring.
What specifically
Um,
gets boring?
like just the suits that people wear, people
Mm.
just end up wearing like the same suit and stuff. It's just yeah. Um, but yeah, that's going to be interesting. And then we'll probably before the turn of the century again, we'll see streetwear come back again.
I made a point that my points were this. I made four.
Mm.
I said I said the nail polish on guys will be normalized. It'll be a fucking normal thing now.
What?
Nail polish on guys.
What's that?
Nail polish.
Oh, nail polish.
Yeah, nail
Okay.
polish on guys will be normalized. I said
Yeah.
streetwear will die. I said I said we'll see more outlets such as YouTube channels or anything like that. And
Mm.
four, I said we'll see more 2000 style come back. What do you think about those? Those good picks?
Um, yeah, they're not bad. I think like most of them are already happening. Um,
Yeah, okay. That somebody said that to me before, but I make a point that it's gonna happen more prominently. Like, sure, things happen a little bit. All these things happened a little bit even 10 years ago when the other new decade started. But I'm saying more prominently. Like, it's gonna be one of those big things as opposed to just something off by the wayside.
I wouldn't say the death of streetwear is off by the wayside. I mean, Virgil Abloh said it himself.
No, 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 no. You're misconstruing what I'm saying. I'm saying a couple of these things like nail polish and guys and 2000 styles have been coming up a little bit, but I'm saying as
Mm.
opposed to those things being off by the wayside, they're going to be more prominent now.
Yeah, stuff like nail polish, I guess. Yeah, I reckon men will start wearing like proper makeup as well. But I think the distinction will be that like there will we'll get makeup for men that makes you look more masculine.
How the hell would you do that?
It's like actually a thing. Like there's the drag queens, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They make themselves more feminine. There's such a thing as drag kings as well, which is women that dress up as men,
Mm.
and they use like makeup to like contour their face into like a masculine shape, so give them like a broader and more sharp jawline.
Really?
Give them like more masculine cheekbones, a stronger brow, stuff like that.
I didn't know that was a
Um,
thing.
and I think that kind of thing will come into like um, being like a thing for men,
Right.
and also like then just also basic stuff like getting better skin and like just wearing like foundation
Well,
is
I think the better skin thing is I'm making the same argument you were before, but I was gonna say that men started doing that with different moisturizers and different and whatnot.
yeah, but also using like makeup to do it rather than
Mm.
just skincare.
Then we gotta fucking learn how to do makeup, and I don't know how to
It's
fucking do that.
really not that hard to be
Are
honest.
you putting on makeup?
Sometimes
What makeup are you putting on?
like a bit of like foundation, concealer, a bit of like um I use like this to get the masculine shape, just some like it's basically face paint
Mm.
made out of grease and it's just like kind of like a contour type thing.
Does that not
But yeah.
bother the hell out of your like face?
No, if
I
anything it makes it
I mean
better.
I've never worn makeup before, but doesn't like make it feel icky or anything like that?
Not at all. It feels like cleaner sometimes. Like as long as you use like don't use too much product and like you just like keep it tidy and
Right, right. I guess that's what
stuff.
I'm. I guess that's what I'm thinking of. Really, is people who put on just cake on a bunch of makeup, which is females. Men don't do that. Men barely put on makeup, let alone put a bunch of it on.
Yeah, but I think yeah, it'll be more accepted for men to actually like, talk about it and stuff.
I think you're right about that. Actually, I don't think I see that as a possibility for sure. You know, as we break gender norms every day.
Mm. And I think like things that help people express themselves, like maybe like eyeliner and stuff. Like,
My only thing is that when people, when guys specifically, I see this a lot. Well,
mm,
let me not say a lot, but I see this often enough where it's a point to bring up. My only thing is when guys try to do things like that just to do it and just to say that they're like out of the norm or okay with stepping out of their comfort zone, that they're so okay that they're doing it constantly just to show you that they're okay with it.
yeah,
I know this guy who puts on, not now that I'm thinking about it, I know this guy who puts on makeup all the time, and to me it doesn't seem genuine. And it
yeah,
you
that's
could
the thing.
you
Like,
could say like, oh, who are you to see that it doesn't seem genuine? But you can tell, like you can tell when people are not being genuine, and when he wears makeup, it doesn't seem genuine at all. It just seems like, look at me, like I'm okay with wearing makeup. You should too. Like I'm the better person. Like it just seems like that. Whenever I see it, I'm like, dude, it's not that deep. Especially, you know what tells me that, especially more than anything, is when he takes pictures of his face, like really close to his face, and like I don't know, it's just like, bro, like you're not being genuine right now. Like you might be
mm,
cool with it, but let's not act like you're better than everyone else for doing it, as opposed to other guys that don't.
yeah, I think yeah, being like genuine about it and like doing it because you like it and because you like actually want to do it rather than because you want clout for it
Right,
is
right.
yeah, and it's all up to um like small things and how you kind of express yourself that makes you genuine
Right.
and like being not able to express it in a genuine way is sort of a criticism in itself, never mind um like even if people are trying to be genuine and they're failing
What are you doing with
like
your hair? I have to know.
what after now
No, no, no. I said I have to know. What are
what
you doing with your hair?
oh I do bear shit. I just bleach it every now and again, then I
Hmm.
cut it.
Isn't that
Uh,
not good for you?
it's your hair though. It's like your hair's like dead the moment it leaves your scalp, so it's like not a big deal.
No, no, no. I mean you specifically,
What do you mean?
because you're losing hair.
I'm not even like losing hair that much to be
Well, I didn't.
honest.
Well, I'm not saying you're bald, but isn't that not good?
I mean, bleach changes the texture, so like it makes it a bit more like coarse and frizzy, so it kind of covers it up to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, you don't look bald. I mean, yeah, that's not the problem. But I'm saying as actual damage to your scalp and hair and head.
It really doesn't like damage your scalp
Really?
like that. No.
What do I know? I know is that when I bleached my head, it didn't feel that great. Like it didn't burn. Obviously, if it was burning, I would wash it out immediately. But it didn't feel like something that would not cause issues with my hair later.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it really doesn't have any effect on that.
I'm just saying be careful because white guys they have it tough. You guys, I'm just telling you the facts, bro. I'm just telling you,
Okay.
white guys don't have it. White guys, boom, you might get bald in between. You might get bald by the time you're 21. I know this kid right now. He's balding. Like he looks like my grandfather. My grandfather's 69. I'm telling you,
Well,
he looks like my grandfather. Like his head is fucking he has male pattern baldness, and he's 19. That's what happens to some of you guys, white guys, yo. That's
you
what
know what it is though?
what
It's an excessive testosterone.
I know that, but that okay, but you're not the most testosterone rid man. Let's not mistake ourselves
Bruh,
here.
I'm the most manly man you'll ever know.
I thought
I eat
that,
rocks for dinner.
I thought that was Joseph. I gotta have him back on here. I don't want to hear him
Well,
in a million light years. But yeah, what would you going back a couple of subjects? What would you say to people that are trying to get into Fashion Week?
I think everybody like gets different opportunities, and you just have to like play your cards right and try and get whatever you can get. Um, but yeah, also like it's about like being in the right place in the right time, but you also got to prove yourself. Like if you're a photographer, like make sure you've got photos that kind of look like backstage or something, so you can show people that you can do it.
Right.
Um, or like if you're a journalist, write about fashion or like tweet about it, or make sure people know that you have good opinions about
Mm-hmm.
fashion. Like nobody's gonna just believe in you without you proving yourself. Um, so yeah, work hard like that, and then also like just be a nice person. Like try and befriend people and be nice, help people out.
Of course, be
See
pleasant.
how, yeah, and see how you can help other people at Fashion Week as well. Like maybe somebody needs like an assistant at Fashion Week, or
Mm.
maybe you won't even get to go to any shows that time. Maybe you're just you'll just be allowed to kind of like hang out outside. You might meet some people, but at least they'll give you that in, and then next time you'll maybe go to a show or something.
Okay, here's a little bit of a different question.
Mm.
What is I'm 18 years old, right? I just got out of high school. What is the fastest way I can get to a fashion show? For some reason, my life fulfilling goal is to go to a fashion show. What's the fastest route for me to get there? Go.
Uh, I don't know, probably just to try and find an adult that actually goes and ask if you can go with them. To be honest,
Mm.
you can try and like finesse in and stuff, but
I
like,
don't.
what is the?
Okay, but I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone at all.
I mean, just search stylist Instagram, and then you'll find somebody that's going.
Mm,
It's really not that hard.
just
Or like, look at like, go through like a magazine or even a magazine's Instagram
uh huh.
and find the stylists
Look
that
for some
go,
people.
or fashion editor. There'll be like somebody tagged in there that's going to Fashion Week and that probably wants some help.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, you'd be like, oh, I can be a fashion assistant with pictures or with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad idea. And then,
Like Fashion Week is so tiring, it's ridiculous, especially when you're like making content like me. Like you're carrying like a camera around and a
yeah,
charger and a laptop and all of that. Like just somebody to like carry that would like if somebody offered me to come like to carry my bag for Fashion Week, they could get into the shows with me. Like
that's a
I'd
good
just take
proposal, honestly. I've
with
had
like
the luxury of
30
not having to
different
make
people.
any content though. When I had the luxury of not having to make any content. I hope I'm the next fashion week is coming up in a little bit. I'm gonna try to make some YouTube content for that, of course.
Mm,
Now that I'm a YouTube sensation, I'm trying to make some content for that.
sensational.
Oh yeah, please see my channel, bro. I'm a sensation. Let's not beat around the bush here, okay?
Yeah. Oh, but yeah.
Okay. So
Mm,
so you mentioned something very interesting to me that you have something on the way. Care to
mm.
elaborate?
Yeah, so like this Fashion Week, we did like a whole documentary
Mm-hmm.
on like what happens at Fashion Week and how Fashion Week has changed in the last like few years,
Right.
and like where it's going in the future as well. Um, so yeah, like we brought George Vickery, who's a videographer,
Mm-hmm.
around with us. He followed us doing whatever we were doing at Fashion Week, going to shows, going to parties and stuff, meeting loads of cool people, and yeah, that that'll be coming out in about a month. We have to edit it because obviously we just got all the content.
Right. What are you trying to portray with this? Like, what's the end goal of making this documentary?
I think people just need to see what Fashion Week is actually like, and like I think it's important also to kind of document it and record it, so that people know will like be able to look back at it. Because there's so much content on like YouTube and stuff
Mm-hmm.
about Fashion Week, but it's like barely even relevant. Like people think that Fashion Week is just somewhere that influencers go for
Right,
fun
right.
and get street style photos. There's like so much more than that.
So how did you go about making it different as opposed to the other videos on YouTube about fashion weeks?
I mean, it's all just going to be sort of documenting what's happening, and
Right.
then we're going to be interviewing like loads of cool people that
Mm-hmm.
were working sort of behind the scenes and all that. We've like, I don't think we've got any like influencers in there. They're all just like people who actually work really hard in the fashion world and are really important. But you've probably never heard of
Never
them.
heard of them. Okay. I like that. I like to hear that.
Yeah, I
Were
think
you
it's important to like, I don't know, give the opportunity to people to see like what actually happens. And like,
Mm-hmm.
I think what I hope is that it inspires some like people somewhere that watch it to actually want to be part of the fashion world and not just for clout, but because they love fashion and they want to create something special.
Were you gonna put this up on just YouTube?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like a multi-part series
Mm.
on YouTube. Might put it on Facebook as well, to be honest. But yeah, mainly YouTube.
You can use my YouTube.
Um,
I'm allowing you to use my YouTube.
I'm good.
What?
Uh,
You will be good if you use my YouTube. No.
yeah.
Um. So what was the plan? Like, when did you initially make the plan for this? Make a documentary. We're gonna do it this fashion week. When did you decide to do that?
Um, it was it was actually I've been thinking I've been trying to do it to be honest for God when the first Shane Dawson Jeffree Star documentary
Oh
series thing
goodness.
came out.
Uh
I
huh.
was like somebody needs to make one about fashion.
Right.
Like Fashion Week is the obvious time to do it. And there's like loads of like fashion documentaries, but they're always on like one subject and it's like a designer or something. Um, I think this will be more sort of accessible to people and like
Mm.
something they can actually live.
Yeah, about
Um,
that. You mentioned before that you wanted people to see it. That you want them to get into fashion not for the clout, but for the actual love of the culture. Is that
mm,
the main targeted people that you want to watch this, or is it for who is it for specifically, or is it for anyone specifically? Is it for anyone?
it's definitely for real fashion fans that want to know what actually happens at Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm.
But also like people who were at Fashion Week and just want to kind of like remember it. Um, or like anyone that's interested really. You don't have to really want to work in fashion to watch it and enjoy it.
Right.
Um, it should be really cool to just see what happens, and I think also sort of dispel those kind of like that perception that it is just an influencer fuck group kind of thing.
Is it the type of thing like if somebody who's not in the fashion, like I can send this video to my grandmother, for example, and she can watch it and get something out of it? Is it going to be one of those types of things, or do you have to at least have some type of base knowledge?
I think it will be like open to anybody, like anybody can enjoy it,
Right.
and it'll be like interesting, and we'll be explaining everything as it goes along, so it
Mm-hmm.
won't be like you won't need any prior knowledge or anything.
Okay.
I think, yeah, it's just celebrating everybody that is part of that fashion world.
Right. Did you did you try to get anyone in particular in it at all, or was it just anyone that was important to the fashion world that were not already big? Were you like, in other words, were you like, I really want to get so and so in this, or was it just anyone who was important to you?
Um, I had like my ideas about who I kind of wanted to show, which were like mostly like people who I know I've worked with in the fashion world.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to get like people like Samuel Ross from A Cold Wall,
Yeah. Okay.
um, and just like cool designers that have been around during that sort of the big shift in the fashion world.
you mentioned before that you didn't want it to be a like you don't want to show off that you want to show off that Fashion Week is not just a influencer fuck fest. But did you try to get any influencers in on it?
Not really. I don't think I asked
No,
any.
really.
Yeah, I can't even remember because, God, everything happened so fast. Might have bumped into some influencers when we were filming,
Mm.
but yeah, we didn't like go out there to look for any.
So about a
Um,
month, you say it's about to come out.
yeah, it's gonna take some time to edit,
Right, right. Clearly, clearly.
but yeah,
I'm excited. I'm gonna watch it. Is it gonna be like an hour long type thing, or is it gonna be short and punchy?
I think kind of like there'll be like loads of separate episodes, but they'll be about between 10 and 20 minutes each, just to
Okay.
keep it sort of digestible.
Okay. Word.
And
And it's gonna be like once every week, like an episode every week or something like that, right?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. I can see that. That sounds cool.
I think it would be sort of like a nice thing to watch.
I await in anticipation.
Well, it should be fun. I'm hoping it'll be good, and I hope people enjoy it.
Yeah, man.
And it's also like I'm not expecting it to be like a Oscar-worthy blockbuster. It's
But
the first time we've ever done anything like this, so it's not going to be perfect on the first try.
right.
But we'll do our best, and then like if people like it, we'll do some more. Like there's a fashion week every few months, so yeah, and even we can do it for like shoots and stuff. And yeah, I kind of want to utilize it for like any brand that's doing anything as well. So like if a brand is doing like an event or a new collection or something, we can like help them to promote their stuff by doing a documentary for them.
Dude, this could be your thing. This could totally be your thing. Outside of high
Um,
fashion talk. Well, I mean, it's part with high fashion talk, but I'm just saying it could be your thing, bro.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be like quite a big part of High Fashion Talk if it's
Right, right.
successful. And yeah, that's the goal for High Fashion Talk anyway, just to like I don't know, give the platform to people who can't necessarily make their own platform.
Well, of course, yes, yes, indeed. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of high fashion talk, ladies and gentlemen. Go make sure you join the group. The the description. The link will be in the description to join high fashion talk. Make sure you watch that. Make sure you watch high fashion talk. I don't know. I can't speak. What the hell did I make a podcast for? I can't fucking talk. For updates, will you put frequent updates on high fashion talk? Will it be like, oh, coming in a week, 2 weeks, or whatever?
Yeah, once we know what kind of date we're looking at, we'll
Mm-hmm.
put something on High Fashion Talk. We'll put it on the Instagram, HFT Group, HFT Outfits, my Instagram, you'll see, IOLSI. Yeah, it'll probably be everywhere.
It'll be on my Instagram as well, and in the Discord I mentioned earlier. I'll put that in there, of course.
Yeah, and we'll probably do a trailer. Maybe you can share the trailer on your channel.
I could definitely do that. I could definitely do that for you. Send some
Hopefully
people.
we'll get
Send some
IO
people your
to
way. Yeah.
plug us as
Oh,
well.
I'm sure he would. Please, that guy's nice as hell. He'll definitely do it. And if he, well, I mean, why he would have no reason not to do it. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening to this episode. It went on very, very long, but that's okay. We like having long episodes here on Escaping Normality. Again, thank you for watching. Take care.